Hello everyone, it is Mr. E here, and I am the bearer of good news today because Fat Shark has dropped this lovely trailer showcasing what the sort of plot is for the newest update, Grim Protocols. And this little teaser trailer here follows the misadventures of this poor soldier who's looking for the bathroom, takes a wrong turn, and nearly stumbles into Rinda Karnak, who is doing some sort of occult ritual here. She is conversing with Wolfer and identifies herself as the Herald of Admonition. Surprise, surprise. It seems like they are doing something here, summoning who knows what, but poor guardsman gets gunned down, and as we saw in a previous trailer, his tablet shows a message from Explicator Zola for a second, and then flashes, "Death is but a door." And then we have this vortex of green energies. It really reminds me of like Vermintide stuff here over the Carnival District. And this is all teasing that there is a new map that is coming in the new update that I'm about to talk about here. But I'm really excited for this specifically because this is a very supernatural take compared to what we've had so far. So far, we've focused on a very mortal aspect of, Nurgle worship, which is that, Nurgle worshippers, they get the blessed disease of the flesh and they spread it and all that good stuff. But remember, Nurgle is also a chaos god, and all the chaos gods except for Khorne, who abhors magic, utilize magic and the sorceries of the warp to to call destruction and bend forces to their will. So I would be very, very interested to see if that is going to be something that we'll be seeing in the new Havoc game mode, which is part of this patch. But if not then, maybe next year we'll be seeing some more sorceries focused enemies in with our armies of Nurgle. We know that Rinda, as the Herald of Admonition, must already be working with some sort of warp magic or something in her kit. There's no way that just the defiled flesh that inhabits her armor is what is propelling her around at supersonic speed. She's moving like a fucking anime character and using smoke bomb teleports. Basically, she's not capable of that just as a modified human. There must be something, occult about her capabilities. But that is neither here nor there. That's pure speculation on my part. But what isn't pure speculation? Let's talk about first and foremost this update. It's coming out on the 3rd of December. This means that one, PlayStation players are getting this update with the release, which is also on December 3rd, which is awesome because they're going to have a ton of content ahead of them. I can't wait to see level 5 PlayStation players trying to join my Havoc lobbies. Just kidding. But that's really awesome. I fully welcome more players of the game. I've tolerated all you Xbox players so far. Now you're pretty cool. I think more the merrier at this point. It's going to encourage more content out of Fat Shark and therefore more stuff for me to enjoy. So the more the merrier, as I said. But this also means that this is very likely not the last update we'll be getting before the end of the year. That is because whenever a patch or a big patch is pushed like this, and it's also coming to a console for any game, there's a very long verification process that goes into pushing a certain version of a game onto physical discs or onto the distribution platforms for these consoles. So for instance, the Xbox release back in 2023, it came out with Update 13, and Update 13 was, as you know, the talent trees. And then 2 weeks later, a very short 2 weeks later, there was a huge patch, Update 14, that just tweaked just about everything. And the reason that patch came out so quick is not because they worked really hard in the interim, it's because the patch 13 had actually been done for almost 2 months before they actually shipped it, because it needed to go through the verification process to get put onto Xbox for the day one patch, for the release version for Xbox. So we are very likely getting in this Grim Protocols update that we're getting on December 3rd, an older patch that has been done and processed and figured out for a few months now, maybe about a month and a half is what I understand the amount of time is for the verification. And that means that they probably have realized in the interim that there's a few things that need to be tweaked, maybe the power levels of certain weapons that are going to be coming out with it, maybe certain Havoc modifiers are too difficult or not difficult enough. maybe the map has some bugs, etc. They will be able to fix all that in a patch that they've probably been working on since they pushed this out to Sony for verification. So we'll be getting that. I would have to imagine we'd be getting that before the Christmas break, and then we'll see what they do after the Christmas break. We'll come to that in a future video. But let's go ahead and dig into exactly what is coming in this patch. First and foremost, the big ticket item is Havoc. End game mode, pre-made teams only, so you have to either know some friends or you can use the party finder. I like that they, introduce that party finder that no one uses, but this is a guaranteed way to, get people to use it. You have to have a party to get into this. There's no quick play for it. So you need to be selective of who is going to be in your party. I know it'll lead to some elitism, but this is kind of an elite game mode, if that makes any sense. So yeah, just be looking for my streams. I'll be streaming and trying to get some of these levels done, and maybe y'all can join in. Now, this Havoc game mode, I have it on good authority. Again, friend of a friend, insider baseball here, but there are some very, very skilled people who playtest for Fat Shark, and they have been working on playtesting for the Havoc game mode, and they have not been able to beat all 40 levels yet. And I happen to know these are very accomplished gamers. They should be able to beat it if it was at all easy. So that's good. That's actually really good. I'm glad that they weren't able to dust their hands off and be done with this game mode before it even ships out. I want it to be a ongoing challenge that persists week after week, months from now. We've also got a new mission in Dark Communion, which is the one that's featured up here. This mission seems to explore more occult stuff. And they're going to release a devlog about it. We don't have too much information right now, other than it's definitely in the Carnival District, which is really cool because the Carnival is a very cool tile set. I'm glad to see more of it. It's one of the prettier tile sets, I think. And then we've got the really, really cool part for me. I'm actually going to start with the least cool for me, and we'll work our way up to the one that's really exciting me. We've got the two-handed force sword for the Psyker. So the Psyker with this weapon, it just seems like it's the Blaze force sword, basically, but it's two-handed, and it has a special attack that releases a psychic cleave. So what I'm imagining is have you ever played Kirby, and you suck up the little sword enemy, and you can slash the sword and it releases that little crescent-shaped energy thing that goes out and hits enemies? That's what I'm imagining. But I'm imagining a horizontal version of that that can cut enemies in half. So it'll be interesting to see if this weapon is at all powerful. But it certainly seems like it'll be very, very cool to see people using it. And then Heavy Stubber is coming to Ogryn. Now we've already got the Twin Link Stubber, so this must just be even heavier than that, which is hard to imagine because that gun is already fucking massive. So this thing, from what it seems here, is a very, very high caliber automatic machine gun, and it says the primary fire is for suppressive rolls, so I'm anticipating a lot of stagger on these shots, a lot of stagger, a lot of pen, and then the alt fire, aiming down sights, shoots single shots for long range accuracy. So we basically got ourselves an Ogryn sniper rifle, and it's the first Ogryn weapon to include a flashlight. Yay! I would like to see if they would be interested in retroactively adding flashlights to some other Ogryn weapons. You could use weapon modification for that, the mod, but that has been causing problems for me, so I actually don't use that anymore. And having no flashlight on Ogryn is really, really sad. So it'd be nice if some other weapons had it. If not, hopefully they print some more in the future. And the weapon I am most excited for, obviously, is that the Zealot is getting a two-handed power sword, and it's called the Munitorum Relic Blade. Oh, how fucking badass does that sound? It seems to have a different power sword activation mechanic than the Veteran one does, in that you have a heat gauge that builds over time. It does not say whether or not hitting stuff with it generates more heat, or you just have a certain amount of time to go fucking berserk with this giant blade out. But it'll be super cool because right now for two-handed weapons, we only have blunt weapons. So having a sword, that could be really, really cool. Here's my hope for any of these weapons is that they challenge the meta, right? Especially for the melee weapons. I would love to see the Blaze Force Greatsword and the Relic Blade. I want to see them, if not jump to the top of the list, I need to see them at least challenge the kings of the Dueling Sword and the Dagger for their crown, because those weapons are amazing and all, but I'm tired of using them. I need something that's at least competitive, and I don't feel bad about bringing into Havoc. So I'm going to be playing with the Relic Blade no matter what, because I love playing Zealot, and I'm just, I'm going to try to make it good because it sounds really cool, but I really hope it is good. I really hope that, it has good stats and good blessings, and that, I can be a Relic Blade main, because that just sounds pretty fucking dope. And then finally, there's going to be a little bit of an anniversary event, a unique weapon trinket, and for the 2-year anniversary, and more penances, because there's more penances coming. So the track is going to expand. There'll be a few more things after. I think we're at 55 or 5,800 now. And a couple other little cool things here. So yeah, overall, a really, really solid update. Obviously, it's going to be a solid update. The Fat Shark, since they are on consoles now, and again, they have to push all the updates to consoles for verifications, they don't like to do smaller updates. And you also don't get a whole lot of positive attention and news about your game when you release just little dinky updates with little tweaks and fixes. It's big stuff like this that draws the eyes and draws people to want to play the game. So I totally understand them bundling all this together and being like, check this shit out, guys. My hopes is, I know these guys are gonna, probably push this out, and then I'm really hoping for that tweak patch to come in mid-December. And then we probably won't see them again until next year, because they'll do their winter break, which they, is well earned. But I'm really hoping that we don't repeat 2023. In 2023, there was pretty much radio silence. We had a couple of little, hot fixes and dev blogs and stuff in February, but we didn't actually get any news on new updates coming until April of 2023 after the winter break, and that kind of sucked. So I'm really hoping that there is some stuff on the back burner that is, if not absolutely ready to go the second they get back from winter break, they can tell us, hey, here's what we've been working on in winter of 2024, and it'll be coming in March or whatever. We just need to keep that momentum going, because we're going to have a lot of eyes on Darktide. Darktide is honestly pretty popular right now, and it's going to be more popular thanks to the PS5 release. And I just want it to be successful. So that is where my hopes are for Darktide. Anyway, y'all, thanks very much for watching. I hope you're as excited as I am. If you want to see more content from me, and you want to see me play Havoc when it comes out in 2 weeks here, go ahead, subscribe, comment. Thank you very much. I appreciate your help so much, and I'll see y'all next time. Mr. E out.